It's been your first game since you've been here, going in as the lead receiver, and this passing game's kind of structured around you. Just your thoughts on being able to take that and go with it from here.
It's a great feeling. Of course, it's no feeling better than winning, of course. But I mean, just having the opportunity to lead the room, lead the guys out there to, hopefully a victory. So it's great.
What do you remember most about that game last year?
The ups and downs, the adversity that had happened early on. Just kind of keeping your head in the game. You're never out of it, and then of course you got Tom on the opposite side, and then being on the same field as him. Of course, watching him as I grew up is kind of that's different.
How has your approach changed to game week than what it was last year?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to attack. It's always been that, that mindset, but now I feel like it's a little different. I have a little extra pep in my step.
Why is that? Why? Because you're now the lead guy? Is that...
Nah, I've trained for this. I feel like this opportunity that has revealed itself, I've worked all my life for this opportunity, so now that I actually have it,
Yeah, on that note, now that you've got a bigger opportunity, what will the league learn about CeeDee Lamb that they didn't in the last couple of years?
I'm a different receiver, honestly, and I'm gonna continue to say that. And you can say it all you want. I feel like now is the opportunity to go out there and show it week in and week out. So,
Why are you a different receiver?
like I said, I've trained all off season. I've trained on my cons personally that I thought, and just going in and day out, just with the mindset that I've had, and that's to win every day, win every. Honestly, as a receiver, or really as any position that you play in this league, you're gonna find a con or a flaw within yourself. And then for me, I'm not gonna just expose it and where everyone knows. You know what I'm saying? So, just finding where I feel like I could be better at, and just kind of exploiting that throughout the off season and getting better.
Earlier this summer, Amari said in an interview that you've not only been, are ready, but have been ready for this position. Has there been a change in your mindset coming into this camp?
No, not necessarily. Because kind of being out there with him, just learning everything that I've learned as far as physical and mental capabilities, as far as the position goes. Just going out there, playing a game that I love, ready to attack, and trying to, showcase what I can really do at this position.
Do you think there'll be a more concerted effort to get certain receivers the ball more regularly than has been the case here recently?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. I like all the guys in the room to, contribute to this win, and just be very productive throughout the game.
How much extra time, if any, have you and Dak spent after practice leading up to week one?
A lot. That's the best way I could put it. I spent a lot of time with him, whether it's texting, talking next to him, in my locker, or out there on the field, hey, what did you see on this? Or how did you feel on this? It's just small nuances, just kind of trying to literally perfect everything that we need to going into week one.
Do you feel you'll move around to different spots more this year than you have in your first two seasons, now the way this is structured?
You'll see me a little more outside. But other than that, I'm still in the slot.
What's your impression of Cavante as a receiver?
Man, I've been watching him since college. I already knew what he had in the tank, and I was kind of giving everyone, a heads up. So, before the 2 punt returns, I was literally telling everyone on the team, he's a great punt returner. They didn't believe me, and then the Chargers game came around, and everybody looked at me like I was a magician or something. So he made me look smart. I appreciate him for that. Shout out KT.
How much attention, CD, do you pay to the very top receivers in the league, like what a Cooper Kupp did last year, and how close do you think you are to getting to that tier?
A lot, man. At your position, at your respective position, I feel like you always want to look at the best, and whoever they consider the best, you want to watch what he's done throughout the season. And I love what he's done. I love the way he runs routes and his ability to compete. And I'm not too far off, honestly. And that's personally how I feel. And I feel like I can literally be one of the best receivers in this NFL.
You feel like you can be dominant this year?
Most definitely.
When you're confident in your training the way that you are, what does it do for your confidence now that the season is here?
Confidence can only take you so far. Personally, that's how I feel. And I feel like, you have to have confidence in this league, or else you will get kicked out, chewed up, and spit out. And that's personally, out of experience, you can't really get down on your bad plays or anything. It's kind of time to move on, and just go out there and do it again and make a play.
Is there a comparable week leading up to this game on Sunday and the expectations of you to another point in your career?
Not necessarily. I feel like I've had this mindset, going on for years, like that I've played, play ball competitively. Just going out there having fun and obviously compete, but just most of all have fun with the guys that I've been training with this whole time. And get a bond. And literally, like I said earlier, there's no better joy than catching the dub.
But there was no college or high school moment where you're like, so much is expected of me that you can use to help you this week?
No, not necessarily.
CeeDee, how is the tight ends room different than it was last year? And what stood out to you in training camp?
We got 2 youngins. My boy P. Hendershot, and then we call him. Well, he calls himself the villain. But Ferg. No. Peyton does.
Yeah.
Ferg don't. He don't really. I mean, he talks, but he's more so your cool guy. Love those guys, and I feel like they've lightened up the room a lot. You see them guys bonding in and out within plays, and they're just kind of helping them educate everything. I mean, that brings value to the room, and I mean, that's a dub in my eyes.
Jake calls himself the what? Jake calls himself the what? I couldn't hear you.
Nah, that's Peyton. He calls himself the villain.
The villain. Okay, Peyton. Okay.
Hey,
Do you call him
what's
that?
the drill that you do with the tennis balls and you put the glasses on? What do those glasses do?
They literally flick on and off, and they suck. They literally be making me so mad, like it's crazy. But I mean, helps me open my eyes, I guess.
CeeDee, last week Dak talked about how a lot's been written and talked about what this team doesn't have. Does the receiver group feel slighted in some way, and do you guys have motivation from that?
Nah, we hear everything that's going on. I mean, everyone, like I said, everyone has theirs, and they're entitled to their own opinion. I mean, their opinion's gonna change at some point. You just don't know who's doing what and who's saying what. But I mean, they're going to talk off how we perform. So just having the guys in the room, understanding that they're going to talk about what we do. And all the guys know that the opportunity is upon themselves, and we got to step up to the plate.
How do you feel about this playbook, without giving, obviously, anything away, but how do you feel about this playbook heading into the season compared to last?
It's not really different, honestly. Of course, I feel like Kellen's more confident, but he's always had that edge to him, the ability to just really switch up personnels. It could go different ways with him.
You understand that last year, we're talking about 3 potential #1 receivers in Amari, you and Gallup, and now you're talking about you and some guys who haven't done it yet.
Right.
So that's just what the questions are, not. And so they understand that to a certain extent, but you guys are gonna show people differently.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, yeah, we miss Coop. My boy MG, he's recovering, and my guys that's Noah, Simi. I'm not even gonna just my guys, but yeah, they're most definitely prepared for this opportunity. You could tell they've had plenty of opportunities in the game, but like now I feel like they have a bigger chip on their shoulder. They understand what's going on. They have experience now. They just haven't touched the end zone. That's the only thing.
CeeDee,
Last one here, guys.
Tonight is the first game to launch the season. I mean, do you, as a football fan, what is that like for you and your team?
Oh yeah,
What's
nah.
that like?
I was talking to my brother at the crib. He was like, "Ain't no more preseason. Ain't no more none of that. It's time to go." And when he told me that, I kind of had the chills. Like all the off season, all the things that you wish you could have corrected or things that you could have done right. The opportunity is here now, so like it kind of made me smile a little bit. But like the fan in me, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to all be back.
All right, thank you, CeeDee.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Excuse me.